So, when we have this spectacular sight on Monday, August 21st, 2017, there's some things that we need to be aware of on safe viewing of the eclipse so we don't damage our eyes. So this video is going to entail the anatomy of the eye, what exactly is going to happen if you do look at the bright light of the solar eclipse unprotected, and how we can safely view the eclipse while it's happening so we don't damage our eye. So first, we're going to look at all the parts that make up the eye. And then we're going to track the light as it goes into the eye and then forms an image that we see. So first off, we have our cornea, which is a clear layer that covers the whole eye. We have the pupil, which is our opening, and that opening is controlled by the iris, which is a muscle that surrounds the eye, and that's where we have our colored eye. So some people have brown, most people have brown, some people have blue, green, but this is the iris, which is the muscle that controls how big the pupil is. Then you have the lens. The lens is what helps you focus the light. And you have little muscles right here which squeeze or contract and change the shape of the lens to help you focus things that are close up or further away. Behind the eye, you have the retina, and the retina has rods and cones. Rods allow you to detect light, so they get active when light hits them to tell you that there's light there, and then the cones are what allow you to see color. So you have red cones, you have green cones, and you have blue cones, and that helps interpret the different colors. So however much the red one, the green one, and the blue one are lit up, that tells you what color you're seeing. And that's much the same way that pixels work on LCD displays. Then you have the optic nerve, which takes all the information and sends it to your brain for later interpretation. So let's track the light. So the light comes in here and it goes through the pupil. So if you have a lot of light, then that's going to signal the iris to constrict, to limit the amount of light coming in. If you have low light, that signals the iris to open up and allow more light to go in so you can see better. The light then goes through this lens, and the lens focuses the light much like a magnifying glass will do, and it focuses the light in the back of the retina. And of course, light's coming in all different directions, and so because it's coming in all different directions, all of these parts will get lit up, and they create a different position. When they get lit up and stimulated, the signal on the rods and cones sends the signal to the optic nerve, and then the optic nerve takes the signal back to your brain, and where your brain interprets what you see. So, I want to talk to you about why you shouldn't look at the sun or even part of the sun while the eclipse is occurring. So, as you can see here, there is light's going through a magnifying glass, and it's actually burning this paper. So imagine that happening over here because you have a lens right here in your eye, very similar to this lens. It's not quite as big, but the effect will be the same. And it's going to focus that light at the back of your retina, on top of your retina, and actually burn this part of your eye, then creating permanent spots in your eye for the rest of your life. So in order to avoid that, you need to have protection so that way you limit the amount of light going through your lens so whatever light goes through, it's not intense enough to burn a hole or even burn the back of your retina. So this paper represents the back of your retina, which is what could happen if you don't have protection. So you want the lenses that block out 99% of the light. Be sure when you're looking at the Eclipse that you're only looking at the Eclipse through safe methods. You can use a pinhole camera. You can use solar glasses. And here is a list of some of the approved solar glasses that have been proven that have enough coverage and block out enough of the light to safely view the eclipse while it's happening. So whatever you order, whatever you get, make sure that it has it's one of these name brands, and so therefore you can protect your eyes and not have damage or see spots on your eyes after looking at the eclipse. I hope this helps you, and be sure to have safe viewing of the eclipse on August 21st, 2017.